Hey, it's your girl Iman Getty, and I wanted to talk to you about something that has completely revolutionized my entire life. And it is how I stopped being a victim and how you can stop playing a victim in your life. Now, I know most people watching this are going to think, what are you talking about, Iman? I'm not a victim. I'm not playing a victim. Legitimately, bad things have happened to me. And I agree. I'm sure they have. I know from experience, bad things have happened to me too. It happened to all of us. And I bet you there's nobody that you can talk to that doesn't have a big old bag of shitty things that happened to them. I know my bag is gigantic. It's filled with my mother being murdered in front of me when I was 6 years old. I going to foster care, changing homes a ridiculous amount of times, being the new girl at school 10 times in 12 years, and being abused by people, and suffering injustice and starving and being poor and not having opportunities and suffering. And you know what, when I turned 18, you better damn believe that I was the biggest victim that I could ever be. I blamed everybody else for my problems. I knew that if I hadn't been raised that way, that things wouldn't have happened. If I, if only I had better parents, if only I had an opportunity, if only I had gotten to have a proper education, if only I had been loved more or hugged harder or given the right chance, then I wouldn't be so damn miserable. But you know what? I could say those excuses till I was blue in the face, and it wouldn't change a damn thing about my experience. It didn't make my money come in faster. It didn't make my heart feel better. It didn't make me love more. It didn't make the true love of my life come into my into my world. None of that happened when I complained. And the only common denominator in all of my experiences was me, right? And I remember changing my mind and thinking, all right, I'm willing. I'm willing to change things. I'm willing to see things different because I want different things. I knew what I wanted, and I knew my vision for who I am, who I really, really, really am in my deepest of deep part soul. The Iman of my dreams, the woman who, can run her own business, the woman who can speak in front of the whole world, the woman who loves to laugh and bring joy and be charitable and make people smile and show compassion and live a life that's lit up. That Iman, I knew, had nothing for victim Iman. Absolutely no time for the girl who was playing small, who was not taking responsibility, who was not being accountable, who was not showing up for herself. Those two different, completely different people. And so for me, I knew I had to stop playing a victim. I had to stop making excuses for all of the current situations that I was finding myself in. Yes, I didn't have control over my childhood. It's true. I did not control my circumstance when I was 6 years old or 7 or 8 or 9 or any age up until I was 18. But the minute I became an adult and I got to choose for myself and I had to pay my own bills and I had to work for my own way, from that moment on, I was in charge. And it was not serving me one bit to play small, to be little, to shy away from responsibility, to look the other way from my problems. And I had to stand up and show up and decide to be different, decide to write a different ending. I couldn't control the beginning. And I give that up to the world. I give that to the universe. I didn't make those choices. I had to live through them, and yeah, it sucked. It was a big ball of suck most of the time. I was a youth. And I have suffered an immense amount. And that is one of the main reasons I don't want to anymore. I don't want to suffer anymore. I believe I deserve happiness. I deserve the utmost joy and ease and just thrill of living, of anything and anyone on the planet. And so do you. So do we all. So I took my power back. I looked myself in the mirror and realized that I was the one holding me back. That it was my actions and my attitude that were going to stand in the way or propel me, and it was my choice to make. So how can you stop being a victim? Take accountability for who you are now, where you are now. If you need to do forgiveness work on what happened to you, I recommend it. You know, forgiveness is one of the most powerful things that I've ever experienced. And it is one of my favorite daily practices. Whatever it takes for you to step out of your grief, to step out of your story, to step out of your victimhood and show up, rise up, and live the life that you know you are meant to, that's what we want for you. That's what I want for me. And I know I want it for everyone else. I really do. So take accountability. Look yourself in the mirror. Make a decision. Be willing to see things differently. And I promise you, your whole life will change. It'll all turn around. Your happiness is waiting for you to step up, show up, and rise up. I hope this message has been helpful. Have a great day.